Welcome back, beautiful souls, or if you're new here, welcome to Ascended Empress 3 Tarot. My name is Stacy, and I'm really happy that your energy made it here tonight. So, I wanted to do a midweek energy read and see how we're doing after the Monday weekly read. So let's buckle up. Wherever you are, just find a moment to take a deep breath with me. And deep breath in. 1, 2. Breathe out through your mouth while I start clearing the energy. I allow to be a vessel to receive aligned messages of truth and clarity for anyone who comes across it and needs to hear something. So trust that if you made it here, it's for a reason. There could be something here for you. And let me just check the energy. Alright, so we got Virgo, the South Node, and the 10th house. I am not a pro, but I always like to check these. So Virgo is discernment, service, analysis, integration, practicality, organizations, you know. So it could be you're getting your ducks in a row type of feeling. The South Node is almost dealing with like your past, getting your past in check so you can move on to your North pad. So you're like coming out of the karmic loop into the aligned future self you. And the 10th house is career, long-term goals, structure, status, public image, masculinity, man, experts, fame, reputation. So yeah, so it seems like it's gonna be directed towards career based on that. And actually, let me see what else. Mercury rules Gemini and Virgo, and today is Wednesday, miércoles, which is also ruled by Mercury. So a lot about the mind and communication, or the senses and traveling as well. So let's see what Spirit was. Okay. So let's see what Spirit wants to share with us. I'm excited to know what the collective will hear today. What do we need to hear? We got the Wheel of Fortune. Alright, so there's something going on. The Empress at the bottom. So that's the underlying energy, you know, that this collective is embodying right now, which is super on point. At the top, we have the Moon. So there's something that we're not seeing, something going on, something hidden, the secret, a dream, changes that like you might be thinking about that you haven't yet brought into the 3D or manifested. All right, let me keep going. I'm gonna keep those out just so we know the underline and what's around the corner. Your intuition, you're probably escaping something from the past. That South Node energy, you know, something that was maybe keeping you too stuck. Oh, am I recording? Yes, sorry about that. Like for a moment I thought I wasn't recording, and I'm like, what's going on? Because this is the first time that I'm recording it directly on the computer. So, you know, those changes matter, and that goes for someone as well. Like, we don't know it all the times, but let's see. What else does the collective need to hear at this moment? All right, what opportunities are coming in? Game of chance, things change, intuition. We got the Hangman. What else? That one wanted to come out, but it didn't. We got the Four of Swords. So I'm breaking the way that they came out, you know, to the right of the Empress. So the Empress has the Hangman energy, which we're I'm gonna include myself in there as part of the collective, where, or you know, breaking the past, like you're being a little bit more flexible about what's happening or how to move forward based on breaking that habit of the past, right? And then there's also the Four of Swords, which is just like meditation, and it's connected with the moon. So some of you might be just taking like a little pause, a break, like a meditative, what do you call it, like recalibration of yourself. Or also it's really bad because that's how I remember it, but premeditative murder. So it's something that like you plan ahead, right? And that's that Virgo energy that we got in the dice before. So this might be a call for you to really be aware of what you're calling in for that future. So like, how do you think you're gonna be moving forward? Where do you want to move forward towards? Or what? Where do you want to move? Like if you're planning on moving to a different place. So let's see what's in the heart of the collective right now. What's hidden? Ooh, and this too fell right on top of the moon card. So it's hidden. So we got realizations, epiphanies, understandings, awakenings, obscurity, secrets, the moon again. And we get an apology, forgiveness, return, and sorry. So there's something from the past that's still, you know, because an apology is ideally something that like either you're expecting if it's coming from someone else, or you're thinking about if you're gonna offer it to someone else as well. But I hope this is not bouncing back. But it's correlated, it's connected to the past, a past dynamic that perhaps needs to be broken up with, you know, like just, yeah. So let's see with the answer one oracle, let's see what else comes up about this. What do we need to take a break from? We got perseverance, good fortune, yin yang, ambition, align, harmonize, and collaboration. So there's a fusion of energies going on at the moment, and the union of yin yang energies, perhaps within you, perhaps you're healed, or you're in the process of healing your masculine energy. And since we have the Empress card, you're already like, the feminine energy is already on point when it comes to the creating, right? But okay, so it's actually a call to restore and harmonize your yin yang. So if you're out of balance, or you feel sometimes like you get out of balance really quick, if something triggers you, some like energy is pulling you back, or thoughts pulling you back from the past dynamics, if the it's a call for you to balance yourself, to ground yourself. Like, so how can you do that, you know? And the Hangman came up too, so it's almost like learn the lessons, and once you learn them, apply them. Align, stay open as well. It's important to stay open so you can receive. And let's see, let's confirm. I thought this was going to be about career, but it's about the self. So let's confirm this moon card. Let's confirm the moon card. So yeah, we got the Five of Cups. So it's definitely something from the past, a loss, an emotional, something emotional. Let's confirm this Wheel of Fortune, because that's the main energy. I'm sorry. So let's see if I was to take this. Wow, we got the Nine of Wands. So it's like a burden, tempering something that felt like a burden. We got the Hangman again. We got the Queen of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles. So if this was involved, either being with someone in collaboration, because this says like a fusion, right? So someone you worked with, or someone you were perhaps thinking of becoming, you know, working on something, creating something with. Since we also have the Empress, and this is a career, like it feels like a career reading, right? Getting things in order, thinking about your future, your assets, like a career, you know. Perhaps like the energies weren't balanced, and I guess that also calls for the yin yang, the koi, and you know, that fusion. It hasn't completely happened. So it's asking you to take a break, to take a step back, to see like how to move forward, or like what it is that you want to create out of this. Because we got the Hangman twice, and Temperance as well. So balancing, harmonizing. Like perhaps sometimes like what I just got is that sometimes like we don't, I just split it on the Devil. So there could be like some types of attachment that keeps you from proceeding forward, or maybe some addictions, not necessarily from you, or maybe also from you, like, you know, you gotta like take accountability where due. But perhaps like with the energies that you're trying to work with, like they're dealing with something that it's like, that's the two energies. Like if you're the Queen and this person is the Knight of Pentacles, you see how the crown is just like directly, you know, it's just a crown, boom, you're embodying it. But the Knight, it's like, it's the peripheral, it's like it's either looking elsewhere, so it's almost like not focused, you know. So if you're working with someone and or trying to build with someone and they're not fully focused on whatever, and this could go even for you, like if part of you is focused but then the other part of you isn't, that might be causing delays, that you are questioning why things aren't happening as fast as you want them to. Oh, let's confirm this Empress. We have the High Priestess, the World, and the King of Wands. So yeah, wow, intuitive. The World is just like completion, it's a new cycle, it's new beginnings. The Knight of Wands, it's passionate, it's fiery, and it's also the masculine. So it confirms it, in my opinion. It's the entirety of feminine and masculine. That's amazing. That's amazing. At the bottom we have the Nine of Cups. Is that the 9? Yeah, 9 of Cups. Listen, I'm like getting familiar again with the Roman numerals, because like this was years ago when I learned that, and it just went away. And there's communication coming in, or there's something coming in fast. It could be like, it could be correlated. Oh, let's find out. Let's find out. I never really find out. Like, I gotta dig deeper. But let's find out what would be coming in. Like, let's see about this obscurity secrets. What would be coming in? So a Knight of Cups. So yeah, so a social offer, an opportunity, a new experience, an attractive order period. And we got the Ace of Swords, which is just like a new idea. Reaching a goal, overcoming an obstacle. So someone is thinking of offering you something quick though, you know, because the Ace of Swords, it's like, it's a thought, but it's also, it comes out of nowhere. It could come from spirit. It's like something, it's like your ticket to freedom. I want to find out what would be that ticket to freedom. Let's ask the answer oracle. What would be the ticket to freedom? Because I know this is going to vary for people, but what's the ticket to freedom? Ooh, I'm nervous to turn it around. We got a couple. Oh, okay, so for some of you, it might be a book, wisdom, experience. So just like writing that book that you've been meaning to, how can you create a habit today that little by little you knock this out. So for some of you, it's a book, an idea for a book, or an idea to, you know, oh, I gotta charge my, okay, we got 18%. 18, that's significant. And the clock is 9:59. All right. So for some of you, is to teach. We got the care card, accompany, assist, support, teach. We got father, production, hunting, protection, teaching as well. So production, it could be also, I'm getting like fashion, I'm getting mass production, you know, if you're, but this goes with anything. It could be like, okay, so if it's a book, you're mass producing something and then it gets sold, right? The hunting for things, it's almost like if you're your own, what is that word, your own, like the person who goes out looking for jobs and brings back and like does estimates, or I'm blanking on the name. Anyway, then we got health, exercise, diet, sleep, mental relaxation. So maybe some of you might be getting an idea or reaching a goal, you know, like maybe you're just like, okay, like I'm gonna compromise myself. Is that how you say it? Comprometerme. I'm bilingual, guys. Like if you didn't know, my native language is Spanish. So this is a lot for me to do. And channeling, I channel in both, you know, like 1001, I deadass channel in both. So sometimes it's in Spanish, sometimes it's in English. And anyway, so if some of you are trying to reach a milestone when it comes to incorporating a new health routine, a new diet routine, it's there's gonna be like your intuition is gonna be leading you to make the correct choices when they do, like finding those nudges and be like, okay, I'm gonna start doing this, I'm gonna stop eating that, you know, things like that. And solos, core figure, action leader, lone hero. So if this is like for the musicians or for actors or for performers, you know, it's like that's where there's gonna be radical change coming in. Ooh. Sometimes all of that goes together as well. Let's see what else for the collective. What would be those, like that proposal or attract an offer, comply, rules, laws, and unwritten rules. So what I'm getting, because the only thing I can see right now is intuition. So keep on following your intuition. I cannot stress that enough. Stay so, like, hold back on any type of chasing. Like, we got the hangman here twice. We got the hangman twice. We got temperance, which is like balancing, like, you know, there's some, so I just saw sacrifice, and what I'm getting is that sometimes things might feel rough. Like, it's gonna feel like a sacrifice, like you're making a sacrifice, like not going out or not socializing with certain people, certain crowds, or even talking to someone that you really like or that you feel drawn to. It could be a family member, it could be a friend, it could be a lover, and it feels like it's really hard to hold back. But I feel like that's where it's asking you to, like, embody that solo energy and just focus on the health, the production, the teaching, like, you know, and the activities that you want to do, that you need to perform in order to take care of yourself. Because if this is coming from a father wound, and now this is just like a completely side note, if this is coming from a father wound, then you have to care for yourself. Oh my god, and we got the teddy bear in the back. I just put that there today because I was like, oh, I kind of want this to be in my background, being with me, you know. But you have to take care of yourself in ways that like you might have never gotten taken care of. And I'm getting a little chills, like a little emotional, because that's true. It's like you have to, sometimes you have to give whatever you gave to others in order to receive it. And you have to give it to yourself. You have to offer it to yourself. And that's where the Empress energy sits, you know, like just being grounded, staying, you know. And right now we have empty at the bottom. I had it faced up, so I'm seeing empty, clean, purify, empty the space. Practice what you will need to practice. Like if you're spiritual, do your practices, your meditations, your stretches, your yoga, your diet, your exercises, like anything that you practice. Writing. This is beautiful. I hope this is like resonating for someone out there. I don't know what else to go. I don't know where else to go. This is like, okay, so let's see. Are there any challenges, right? Let's find out if there's any challenges. Or like, I mean, this is pretty on point. Like, I feel like what the challenge is coming from is the energies that are coming, pulling you back, like old dynamics, triggers that remind you, maybe memories, maybe something that makes you feel like you gotta close up because it's like an old way of thinking, right? But okay, so I'm completely mixing in the epiphany, the understandings, and where did you go? The book. So how you can do this, because I understand that like what I was mentioning about the apology, if it's coming in or if it's you thinking about offering it to someone. I mean, obviously this is just, it depends on the person, right? It depends on the collective, but sometimes you need to almost like, not sometimes, first and foremost, you need to apologize to yourself. I don't know if any of you have done that. I didn't learn that until like later in the years. So a way that you can do this, that you can put that into writing, is writing out how you feel, or like what you understand about what happened, how you understand it now, and those awakenings that you keep having, because you're gonna keep having them. You're going to keep having them, and that goes for someone as well. So let's see what else does we got the dominant card and isolation. So there's like a balance between isolating and like taking time for yourself, and then also going out there and dominating when needs to in the career aspect of it. So we got the High Priestess and the King of Wands energy confirmed, you know. So let's see what else the collective needs to hear. Survival. Okay, so some of you are coming out of survival mode or still struggling in coming out of survival mode, and that would make sense because of the South Node. And we also got the, like, it somehow moved, the cards moved the dice into Aries. And I believe today there's like, I don't know how many planets in Aries, but that alone is working with that energy and using all that wand energy towards something, towards the passion that you're aiming for, right? Alright, so I'm getting fantasy and nourish as well. Soul finding, self-focus, self-growth, or daydreaming, imagining, or fantasizing. It's almost like Spirit is asking you, which one is it going to be? And I guess that's the epiphany that you'll probably be having at some point. You'll be doing something and you'll be like, wait, I want to do something with my life. I want to do this, or, you know, I don't want to do this. I want to do that instead. Intuition, again, heart song, telepathic, inner knowing. So there's something that's pulling you somewhere. And you're very connected to the intuition. We got the moon card. We got the moon twice out here. We got the high priestess. We got the empress. So that's 100% really good. It's just keep following, like keep listening to it. Keep creating that connection with it, that bond with yourself. And that's 1010. We got upheaval and risk. So sometimes you might think that like taking a risk might create like a chaotic upheaval of energies and conflict, and it's crazy because like I picked this up like momentarily, and there's a 5 of swords at the bottom, which is like mental. It's all mental, right? That's what it is. The upheaval happens up here. That's what happens, you know. Half of it doesn't even happen. Betrayal, sinister disagreements, loss, failures, and anything negative is just like block it out, because those things are keeping you in survival mode. If you're constantly thinking of negative, you're just going to be creating more. And I completely forgot how much. Okay, 12%. Cool. We're still in this. Okay, let's see. What else does this collective need to hear? Any more messages? We got trickery. So there might be some, okay, so there might be some trickster energy going on. That's not either. So there might be some trickster energy going on, because it's also a 5. You see, 50, a 5. So around you, that's either keeping you in a loop of grief, of like a permanent limbo of grief that you haven't fully let go of. Oops. And that's that 5 of Cups energy, you know, that's keeping you like almost like in your feelings. The moon card, it's keeping you in your feelings. It's keeping you like not knowing what to do, like pondering about the past, about the, what is it? Rest, passivity, quiet moments. Like it just keeps you like on a time out. It's a little bit of stress if it's, you know, if you, on the negative flip side of it, like if it comes in and out. But you know what I'm getting to is that you're learning how to come out of it because you're listening to your intuition. You're having all these realizations, and you're at the same time, it's actually teaching you how to harmonize yourself with these energies, how to harmonize out of that. And you're starting to make those decisions towards your higher path and flipping the Wheel of Fortune to your favor. If you keep following your intuition, you will actually give you everything that you've dreamed of. So how can we deal? How can we I mean, I guess that was already also answered. It was just like clean, right? Just like clean house. Okay, so how can we deal with that? Oh, and also, okay, risk again. So there might have to be some risks that you have to take. Let's read that one actually. And that's 41. It's equals to 5 again. Another 5. I'm seeing 1, 4 equals to 5. So 5 is significant here. 5 is a number of change. Let's see, 41. The clams on the rock presented an interesting opportunity. Can you see this? Yeah. For the daring crow, despite the raging waves that threatened to pull the crow into the water, the bird held its position long enough to grab a piece of clam meat. You may need to assess if the reward is worth the risk. And if it is, now may be the time to take a chance on something you desire. Risk brings to your awareness an opportunity that offers that others might forego out of fear. As a result, you may discover there is less competition, opening the door for you to succeed more easily. That is insane. That's the Wheel of Fortune. And the Ace of Swords, that like idea. This is an idea. This is like your intuition. Like Spirit is giving you an idea, and it's up to you to turn that wheel to your favor. Like to just act on it. To make that decision. So go pause, meditate, whatever. Make that decision. Like think about what you're gonna do, right? Woo! After that, I see routine as well. So routine might be important. A new routine, implementing a new routine. If it's an idea for a book, hey, that's gonna implement a new routine. Diet, everything, like the goal that you're trying to achieve. Oh, I'm so happy. This actually got me cheery. My cheeks are just happy. I'm happy. Okay, I don't know what else. Okay, I'm just gonna close it here. I hope this resonated with someone, and take a deep breath with me. 1, 2. Hold and breathe out. That's beautiful. I hope you enjoyed it, and please subscribe, like the video if something found you, right? And I'll see you next time.